My name's Rob Pye, and I'm going to talk to you in this short presentation about a service called Ethos Growth, which is all about positioning organizations for growth in today's very fast-moving network economy. How long does it take to build a customer base, a user base of 50 million customers? In the days of TV or radio, that could have taken several decades. These days, 2 or 3 years, and new startups are building user bases of over 50 million customers. As a result, brands can come and go extremely quickly, overnight. We've seen one foot wrong or one catastrophe and brands literally disappearing overnight. This is slightly cheesy, so forgive me, but I'm going to blow up the ones that have already gone away. This leaves some of the names on the chart of very well-known brands who are doing particularly well at the moment. What is it about the business models of these brands that's intriguing, and how can we learn from them? We asked ourselves 2 questions. How could institutions benefit from the agility and low-cost base of networks as existing brands benefiting from network approaches? And the second question is, how could small organizations, networks, benefit from the power and reach of established brands? So Ethos has found the answer to those questions in a service that sits between networks and institutions, mediating the interests of all the stakeholders. Technically, it's called a multi-sided business model, and you could look at Google just as an example of another business with a multi-sided business model. On the one side, it's got people that search, it's actually providing that service for free, and on the other, it's charging institutions, organizations, billions of pounds for access to its customers on the other. Here's an example of one of those new business models with an organization that we've created called Team Army. And Team Army on the one side has the British Army, and on the other 350 defence contractors. So for the British Army, their problem is around sport, and 45 organisations, 100,000 people that play sport in all different shapes and sizes. And those organisations, the 45, need non-public funds in addition to government money in order for them to run. And the proposition that we've developed is a collaborative proposition in the middle, where industry would come to Team Army to get sponsorship opportunities, branding, promotion, networking in a sort of collective proposition that sits in between. Now, since we set that business up in the middle of last year, it's turned over around about £1.2 million worth of new money into Army sport, as an example of how quickly and successfully you can build both revenue but also new brand relationships. Ethos Growth and Team Army enabled us to really rapidly build very good, strong relationships that will last for many years with some of the leading brands. And here's a leaderboard that was developed out of our first year's Team Army clients. People at the gold level would be £100,000 plus a year of branding opportunities, networking opportunities within Army sport. And we're able now to offer these clients additional Ethos Growth services. So 3 examples of Ethos Growth services. There are many, many more, but just in the interest of time, here's 3 that we're working on. One is mediation between small and big companies for small companies producing new products, new innovations. Helping the large companies search for those, helping the small companies use the leverage of brands. The second one is building communities of companies that are collaborating around specific problems, whether innovation or sales and marketing. And the last example is benchmarking organizations against the best of the best, both institutionally and network. How does your organization fare against organizations that have kind of got both sides of this equation sussed? So just 3 examples, and again there are many more. So finally, what makes us different? Our ventures, the value-based approach that we take to all of that, and the time horizons. We tend to look 5 years for, is this a relationship for an organisation that we want to invest with for a minimum of 5 years? This, we believe, leads to superior results. As we've discussed, Team Army, £1 million of new revenue in less than a year. And this leads to quite a different culture, a sort of right to left methodology, something that's strong values and beliefs and collaborative behaviours. Well, that is the really quick elevator pitch and walkthrough. Thank you very much for listening, and I would be delighted to talk to anyone who has further questions. My contact details are below at the bottom of the slide. Thanks very much.